Ladies and gentlemen, this is a fan-requested matchup. Markus Ruhl versus Roelly Winklaar. What a clever idea for a matchup. Of course, I gotta give all the credit to this guy here. Now, I'm gonna butcher his last name, I'm sure. This is Lee Livesey? Could be French. Livesey? I'm not sure. Sorry I butchered your name, Lee, but you are getting your matchup here. And judging by this first front relaxed position, and it will be a whale of a struggle. Look at the muscle on each gentleman. Now, of course, I'm going to be using several different versions of both guys. This is the Arnold Classic Australia for Roelly Winklaar. I'm not exactly sure which event this is for Markus Ruhl. I'm leaning slightly towards Roelly Winklaar in this, but it's not by a whole big margin here. It is based strictly on the size of his waist. Now, those abs are pretty visible, actually, on the part of Markus Ruhl, but his waistline is a little distended. But, man, these two are both big, big beasts. And perhaps an even more difficult decision here in the front double bicep. Wow, take your pick. You can't go wrong with either one. Now, of course, once again, that waistline and silhouette of Roelly Winklaar is unbeatable. But it's hard to realize how hard and grainy this Markus Ruhl is. Look at the separation. Look at the legs. Definitely has an advantage there. The aesthetics, once again, go to Roelly Winklaar. This is a very, very tough decision. I'm not going to say one's better. Either one in this one. It's basically a toss-up. What a matchup! And yet again, it's a very, very difficult decision here in the rear double bicep. Wow, this is a very difficult judging venture. They're very different. The lower lat meat of Markus Ruhl. He has the genetics there. But of course, Roelly seems to be in a lot better condition. But he has such a shallow back. It's very distracting. Be my guest. Be my guest in this one with a real gorilla vest. This is impossible to make a decision on. This Lee Livesey, what a genius for thinking up this matchup. And I have to say, going in this, I thought Markus Ruhl was going to be the underdog. But take a look at this. I think you all know which way I'm voting on this one. Markus Ruhl is awesome in this pose. Look at those lats. You can really see them jetting out. Of course, Roelly Winklaar, this is not the best pose for him. But ladies and gentlemen, if Markus Ruhl is victorious over Roelly Winklaar, this could be a huge upset, and I expect a lot of controversy. I just do not think that there is going to be a single pose in this whole competition that's a straight-ahead victory for either gentleman, even here in the rear lat spread. This is a decent pose for both guys. Roelly has the conditioning in those hamstrings and glutes, but when you look at the size of those legs of Markus, you can't ignore that. You just cannot. He is a big house. It's a mansion. But look at Roelly Winklaar's lats. Just big, vascular, massive balls of hamburger meat. Hard to beat that. Now, if I had to stop this competition now and add up the votes, I don't know which way I would go. I really do not. Let's have a look at the rest of the poses. And I'll be honest with you, aesthetically, Roelly Winklaar really has been winning pretty much all of these poses. But mechanically, Markus Ruhl is one big, hard beast to conquer over on the bodybuilding stage. Turn these guys around to the side here, and I don't think Markus Ruhl is as thick as he is wide. And Roelly Winklaar is very thick indeed. Might even give him the coin toss here in the side chest pose. I do believe this competition is leaning towards the way of the Roelly Winklars. This side tricep was never a good pose for our friend Markus Ruhl. Very awkward indeed. He has the groceries there. Look at that tricep. Of course, Roelly Winklaar. I never like the way he snaps this shot. I'm sure 75% of people do not. But I am sure we all have become accustomed to it. I'm starting to get used to it. I mean, this is the way he is comfortable hitting it. Does display that tricep very well. Just hard to compare when everything's not even. But I would say it's a pretty easy victory here for Roelly Winklaar. That, in combination with this absolute victory in the ab and thigh shot, really puts Roelly Winklaar over the edge. I believe regardless of what happens in that last pose, which is the most muscular, awesome pose for both men, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. This is an older version of Markus Ruhl. Very hard and conditioned indeed. This was his best one, in my opinion now. Some people might prefer the much larger version. Very difficult to say. Who is the better man here in this crab version of the most muscular? Two of the best men in the history of bodybuilding to snap this pose. But in my firm belief, this crab position's probably not the best version for either of these guys. Very difficult decision in that one, in the crab position. Now this one here, I'm almost leaning towards Roelly Winklaar. Look how massive he was here. I like this version of him, 2016 Mr. Olympia. Now, of course, Markus Ruhl was lean here. Now, look at this. Boom. He is much larger later on in his career, but so is his stomach. Boom. Back to the more conditioned, yet smaller version. I think this is his best bet. But I think the outcome would be the same. I think Roelly Winklaar gets a slight edge in the most muscular. So here is your winner of this fantastic fan-requested video. And I look forward to many more like this one. I have to hand it to you guys, my audience. You guys make my channel what it is. Perhaps my most popular videos. I know my most viewed video right now is a fan-requested video. And I thank you guys for that. Like I said, you guys make my channel what it is. If not for you guys, it would not exist. So, a special thanks to Lee Livesey, and I apologize for destroying your last name, unless I nailed it, in which case I accept your thanks. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have a good day.